Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. So my name is Alexander. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Smava. We're the largest pure-play offering for personal loans in Germany. And let's dive into it. We actually started the company 10 years ago, me and my co-founder Eckhard. And we had a very simple belief, and that belief was that the credit markets should be transparent and fair. And thus, we actually had a mission, which we developed, to make personal loans transparent, fair, and affordable, meaning cheap. And how did we want to do that? To help borrowers to become empowered market participants. Because as we all know, when we talk about banks, it is still the case that banks are here and borrowers are here. And our goal was to actually change that to help borrowers to become on par, to eliminate the information disadvantage, and in the best case, even put them here. So actually, borrowers know more than a single bank. And that's what we call empowered market participants. If you fast forward 10 years later, this vision has turned into a very powerful marketplace. Smava is now originating in 2018 more than 2 billion in new loan originations through our platform. And we actually have built a marketplace that on the one side has over 25 banks, 40,000 retail lenders, with 70 different loan products, among them also our own loan product. So this is the supply side of the market. And on the other hand, we have more than 500,000 of borrowers who actually already took out a loan through Smava. Our business model is quite simple. We take 3.5% commission one time upfront from the lenders for all of the loans which we are originating. And for the borrowers, it's completely cost-free. We are a typical two-sided marketplace. So the more lenders we have on our platform, the more attractive we get, on the other hand, for the borrowers, because they have a really interesting lender panel they can choose from. And of course, the more borrowers we attract to the marketplace, the more attractive we become for lenders to go to our marketplace to participate. So this has actually been developing very well. And this marketplace is now taking the next stage. One of the things that we really take serious at Smava is to offer always the cheapest loans. And we tried to take that to an extreme. On average, someone who goes to Smava is saving 1,000 euro per loan, because offline loans are more expensive than online loans, and if you take a loan through Smava, it's cheaper than going to a single bank website. What we thought about, and it was in 2017, is that why don't we mirror the ECB penalty rate of 0.5%, of minus 0.4%, and actually apply it to a loan you can take out through Smava. And that's actually what we did, and we've been the first offering on the global scale, as far as I know, which actually doing that. So you could get a loan for 1,000 euro and you only had to pay back 994 euro. And it was such a PR stunt, we actually were not really calculating with it, that we made it to the headline for free of the biggest tabloid in Germany, as you can see. And it says, 1,000 Euro leihen, 994 Euro zurückzahlen. And as you might imagine, we've been so surprised that the whole support, the whole service, the website, everything basically was totally over capacity, but it was a great time. And we decided to sort of keep that as a constant offering. And since January 2018, this was only going on for a couple of weeks, we have this as a constant offering in order to attract customers and clearly communicate to them, you always get the cheapest loans through Smava. The market opportunity that we have in front of us as Smava is really huge. The new loan book origination is 174 billion new loan book each year. And if you apply the commission of 3.5% you have a revenue potential of 6 billion euro, which comes out of that. So it's really a great market to be in. And the overall driver of the growth are three things. The first one is, as you might assume, the shift from offline to online. So while the online market is growing with a CAGR of 38%, as you can see here, the overall market is only growing with 2%. And that's actually a very good driver for us. As you can also see, for 2017, this translates into roughly 14 billion loan volume for the online market. And that's roughly 10% of the 174 billion. We actually expect this 10% to go up to something like 40–50% in the next couple of years, because personal loans are a perfect commodity. You can compare it very easily online, and it's mainly differentiated by price. And if you look to countries like the Nordics, Scandinavia, or UK, it's actually already above 50% online loan penetration, so that's quite a credible hypothesis we're seeing in the data market. The second thing is helping us that out of that 14 billion, already 50% are taking out through aggregators, intermediaries like Smava. And the reason for that is quite simple. Why do customers come to us instead to online banks? Well, because we have a better offering, it's more transparent, and it's cheaper. Also here, we're staying true to our mission. And the third reason is that in Germany, there's not a lot of lenders who take up a big portion of the market. So it's lender fragmentation, and it's good for us because it means that the platform, the marketplace Smava, can actually become a very important player and be an important counterforce to those banks. So to sum it up, it's really a great market opportunity that we have in front of us. And that market opportunity has already served us well. If you look at the numbers, we've actually been growing since 2012 with a CAGR of 90%. This is the annual new loan volume of Smava. And we have been originating over 1 billion in loan volume last year, and this year we're going to do over 2 billion. So it's really a great a growth curve that we can show. And 2018 has been a very successful and very transformative year for Smava. As you've been hearing, we raised 65 million in capital. At the beginning of this year, it was led by Vitruvian Partners from the UK, a great fund to work with. We actually acquired Mobility.de, which is the largest car classified site in Germany. It's a subsidiary of Germany, and stole it away from our main competitor, which is Check24. And also the strong growth keeps going, as you can see, with the 2 billion in 2018. And on top of the fantastic market opportunity, we have an additional booster, and that booster is something that only comes to an industry every 20 to 30 years. And it's digitization. It might sound surprising to you, but if you go to an online website like Smava, it still takes 10 days until you can take out the loan. Why? Because you have to type in your data into the application route. Then you get a result table with all the offerings from the banks. Let's say you choose one of them. You have to download the document, you have to print them out, you have to sign them. You have to add your salary slips, you have to add your bank accounts, you have to go to the post office in Germany, you have to do your identification check, then you send it to the bank, then the underwriting team of the banks is actually checking it, and then they actually approve or deny the loan. This takes on average 10 to 11 days. It's a really painful process. And believe me, we've been working a lot with the banks to speed it up, but that's the average time. But there's something, if you put that process online, it's actually 10 minutes. So we really can bring it down from 10 days to 10 minutes. And how do we do it? In October 2016, as the first offering in Germany, we've been offering a full digital loan where you simply go online, do a video identification. It's like a Skype call. You do an e-signature of your loan contract. It's similar like a doc sign. And then we do a digital account check whereby we have our intelligence going into your bank account. You give us the allowance for that, and then we do an automatic credit assessment and immediately pay out the loan to your bank account. And this is something which is really working very well. And of course, it's something where consumers, especially educated by services like Amazon Prime, can have a very good customer experience, meaning immediacy, I want this product now, is completely fulfilled. So that's the short overview about Smava and how we were able to grow so fast. Thanks a lot for your attention, and I'm more than happy to answer some questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Yep, we can take one question from the audience. Yes, hold on. Can you please stand?
Hi, thank you very much for the insightful presentation. What is the process that you take to check the credit worthiness of the borrowers? Is it secure? Are there any, let's say, failing or default loans? What's the rate that in through Smava?
Yeah. So first of all, we don't take defaults because we don't take loans on our balance sheets. It's the partner banks we're working together with who do. But of course, indirectly, we have a big responsibility because if the default of our portfolio would be higher than the average, they would stop working together with us. So it's important to us. And how do we do it? That's the answer to your question. We actually do 2 steps. The first one is a basic credit assessment where we use our own scoring that we have developed, and then also a classical affordability calculation, meaning looking at the income, at the expenses, and then apply our intelligence. And we've been working since 10 years on that scoring and actually iterated it a lot of time. And we also now apply a lot of machine learning. So it's really working well and better every month. Yeah.
Great. All right. Thank you, Alexander. Great. Thanks.
Thank you.